Radio V. Radio in TV.
Radio in TV.
All right. TradioV Inside Metal Show. Little Fear Factory to start off this episode here. I've got the lovely Miss Jasmin St. How you doing, Jasmin?
Thank you for having me here. I feel like a cross between Airheads and what's that movie? Airheads and Wayne's World. Yes.
Yeah, well, I could be Wayne.
This is great. You
Arg.
could be Wayne. And then, like, when I see Jake, hi, he's going to hate me
Jake?
for this. Okay, like I get the orange thing, but you could pass for either a construction worker or someone that's like out of prison for the day doing work.
Oh, thank you. It is.
That's cool though.
Is a thing I've been going for. Actually, what it is when I was a kid, I loved Texaco, and like this was like their orange color they had. So like I just kept getting orange stuff through my entire life, and then just orange kind of became my color.
That's cool.
That's a good look for you, Jake. Love it. Love it.
Thank you. Thank you.
And for all those people that kept saying, all I have is aging old rockers on my show, check this out. Jasmin St. So no arguments there. Now we're going to get right into this. We're just going to wing this show. We're going to talk
We're
about
gonna wing it?
Yeah, we're
That's
going to
gonna
wing
be
it.
fun.
Yeah,
That's
it's going to
gonna
be
be
a lot of fun. And we're going to, of course, talk about metal. I know you've been to a lot of the metal festivals all throughout Europe. Now, tell people, I always said you were living in Norway, but you got a place in Norway and a place in LA. What's where are you most of the time? And where I know you do the summer festivals, right, in Europe?
If
Usually?
I tell you, I have to kill you or something.
Tell me, please.
I have a lot of strong ties to Norway because I lived there. And I go back every year for Inferno Festival, which is like the most important festival of the year because that's the one you go to that kicks off all the festivals. So your friends you haven't seen all summer, you see them in Inferno.
So it's still like freezing cold there for that, what, in June?
No, it's like in April, like it's in the 50s or 60s. And then Bloodstock is the only other festival that's of any significance to me in Europe. It's the best festival in England.
That's in a few days. Are you going this year?
Yeah, I can't go this year because I have to work. But then I'm going to go next year for sure and plan it out better. I've had a frantic schedule. I got a job that was unexpected that I got booked on because I do acting on the side, all right?
Sure.
That's what I mostly do. And I'm really, I always encourage people to go to Bloodstock. It's one of the best experiences. And I'm going to Midgardsblot in Norway. It's about 2 hours outside of
You
Oslo.
even got the little Norwegian
Midgardsblot.
accent, like a Brazilian Norwegian accent.
Tusen takk. So that's like it's like really Aryan. It's Viking-tastic. Sorry, I slipped up. I was going to say Aryan-tastic, but I don't want to offend anyone. It's very Viking-tastic because it takes place right outside of Oslo in this whole Viking territory, and you have people doing like Viking story themes. It's interesting for me because I study Vikingism or Viking.
That's a word. We'll make it a word
people,
if it's not.
But I still have a place there. I have a lot of friends. And it's like a second home to me. I'm going to move back to Europe at one point, or at least spend more time there. But I'm here, and I'm in New York, but I'm mostly here. Can you tell by my suntan?
I could.
I have a biker tan because I was riding my motorcycle, so it's just...
Oh, you took your bike
I didn't ride
out
it today
Wow.
because I have short sun.
I say you can't get a tan like that in Norway.
Oh, yes. They have some blazing summers. There are times that I've been there in the middle of May, and it's been so hot.
Really?
Yeah, I go to the beach there, too. You can tan topless there.
I hear it's beautiful. Yeah, I've been to Sweden many times. Sweden, Denmark. Never been to Norway, though. Would love to go.
Festivals
Maybe
there
you could
are so
take me
nice.
out there sometime.
Exactly, for Inferno. Mayhem was nice. I got to meet King Diamond.
Yeah, the king.
Again,
we got a
king.
picture of her with the king.
Yes.
You want to float that? If you got there, yeah, there
Oh,
you
no,
go.
that's not the king. That's a fake king.
I was going to say that those teeth don't look like the real
I
king.
have a photo from the real king this time. I
Okay.
interviewed him for Rock Brigade magazine once, but I've been hanging out at those shows since like 2001, 2000, like King Diamond, Merciful Fate. So I've actually been into this since I was really young. Like as a teenager, I was into metal, all types of metal.
That's awesome.
I didn't just come into liking it and going out interviewing bands to look cool or because I want to be with a band guy.
Right.
I mean, I've gone out with everyone from convicts to real felons, like RICO felons, writers, actors, models.
Armenians? Oh.
I like the tall, I like guys that look.
You like Vikings?
Yeah, I like tall white
Jake's
guys.
got a Viking quality to him.
How's married life, Jake?
Jake's not married.
Wonderful.
Oh,
but
is he?
just don't ask me how my 14-year-old life was, because then I would rip this ring off and jump through the window.
How was your 14-year-old?
Desperate and sad, and I'd been over there like, I'm a Viking, you know?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He was singing Ingves, I'm a Viking.
Yes.
But, working
Look, she does know her
Yeah.
metal.
No, I mean, working with
Viking
these
song.
with these bands, like just interviewing them for different magazines was really great because you just learn so much, and people get shocked. Like I interviewed John Five in a hot tub. That was his
I
request.
saw that.
I was like, I'm gonna get electrocuted.
I interviewed John 5 too here. It wasn't in a hot tub though.
He wanted
Jake.
me to be in the hot tub. It was his.
He wanted
request.
me to be in the hot tub too,
Really?
but yeah, we refused. We said,
Why? You're too modest about your body?
well, no, but it was just a matter of bringing the hot tub into the studio here. It was just something Mike Zinna didn't want to do, but
Oh.
you know.
I had to
it would've
talk
been
to him
good.
about that. We got to talk.
I saw that. That was a good interview you did. Yeah.
I thought I was about to get
And was that his
electrocuted.
wife that was with him?
The fiance or wife? She's very pretty. Yeah.
He's a great guy. We had him on.
Isn't he nice?
He did really good on the contest too, right, Jake? He did. He got quite a few of them. I do a metal contest. We didn't prepare for you. But
What's
we
the
should've-
contest?
It's a kind of metal. Name that tune. It's called Betty's Garage.
Ooh.
We've done at the end. That was from because John Bush was our initial contestant, and he's the leader in it, and that is actually in tribute to his mother, Betty's Garage, because we used to listen to metal songs back in the early 80s at Betty's Garage, way back in the day when Armored Saint were starting out. So, but yeah, he's the number one guy right now. He's done
John?
like about 9 out of 10. I make him pretty difficult, but I didn't prepare to do it today. But
See, but I'd get it. That's the difference. Are you going to Killer Dwarfs tonight at the Whiskey?
That's funny because they were the cancellation they were supposed to
Really?
come out tonight, and I don't know what the deal is with it. They said that they wanted to come all out. I never heard from her, and so that's when I called Jasmin and said, "Can you come on the show?" And fortunately, here she is. But yeah, they are going to play the Whiskey tonight. You going to go?
I think I'm gonna see- I'm gonna check
go.
them out.
Even though they flaked on me, I'll
still
still
go and support them. Like Dirty Weapons
They're
was
cool
an
band.
awesome song. I still have that on
Look
cassette.
at you know the old school stuff.
Well,
You know, like
I've
the
been listening
early
to all
80s.
this stuff.
Wow. Now, something you mentioned, I got to bring up. You mentioned
yes.
Rock Brigade magazine, which you said a great magazine out of Brazil. And, Antonio Pirani was one of my first pen pals back in the day when you used to write people. But he was like the Brazilian connection. There was people in England, a lot of people in England from the
Yeah.
old Kerrang and Metal Forces days. And then you had a lot of Dutch from Aardschok and all those magazines. And he was the Brazilian man from Rock Brigade, and he and I did my fanzine Headbanger, and we used to trade a lot of videos. I traded the original Slayer videos from the Woodstock. The guys in Slayer and their then manager Stephen Craig used to come over to my house, and we would, because I had the old Beta machine, and we would dub videos and we would send them out. And so he was one of the first people outside of the U.S. to actually see Slayer, and that was
Really?
from the Wood video, an old club, a great club in Anaheim called the Woodstock, and that's where Metallica started out. I saw Metallica many times there. Slayer, Armored Saint, and all the old Orange County bands, August Red Moon, Dante Fox, who later became Great White, and just that was like the killer club. But yeah, that was actually they put it out on one of their box sets, Slayer. I think it was the Decadent, a decade of Slayer or whatever. I think they had some of the old videos. They have some footage from the old Woodstock. But yeah, Antonio Pirani and we go way back. So Antonio, if you're out there watching, man, what's up, man?
Yeah,
He's a
they
good
put out
guy.
a poster of me. It was Metalheads Only 666. I was half naked behind a little sign that said that. So it was one of their better posters. And
I think, do we have that? I don't know.
oh,
If
see, I should have brought one. I was at my storage place before, like the other day. But yeah, so I actually put those up for on eBay now.
Oh yeah. I saw you
so
got
I
an
just
eBay.
started my eBay shop. Like I hate
Cool.
PayPal. I just want to bomb them or
Yeah.
something sometimes because is that illegal? Whatever. So yeah, I mean they just hold people's money and they just mess with you even though you ship your orders out.
Oh look! Is this a master producer?
Oh
or
yeah,
what?
that's it. There
you
it
go.
is.
Gee, this guy's awesome. You mention it, he brings it right up there. So yeah, PayPal did the same thing to me at one time. They said for some instance, from some guy that complained or something, they were holding my money too for it's like. But anyway, we won't get
Yes.
into that.
But yeah, I worked with Rock Brigade was the first magazine I really did any writing for. Then I went on to Roadie Crew because I was working with Stay Heavy TV and doing interviews for them. Then Yahoo, then Cover Guitarra in Brazil as well. That's when I interviewed Ingve and John Five.
Ah,
So
in the jacuzzi.
Yes, not Ingve in the jacuzzi, but he was really pleasant, and I got to meet his son Johan. His wife's very lovely. But those are really good things. It's a shame that with Yahoo, because I had a bunch of reviews up there.
Was that Noise Creep? Oh, no, that was AOL.
I work with Noise Creep as well.
I know you did that
I did
too,
video
yeah.
interviews
Right.
because I like doing video interviews. I do really well with them because I like everyone I speak to. And I connect very well with people in person.
I could tell.
And I have a blast interviewing the bands. It's so much fun hanging out with them. I had such a blast this year. Who was it? I was with Goat Whore.
Oh,
We had
okay.
such a good time. I think I scared a couple of bands, though, because I had some very radical opinions about the White House and just a few things. And then I got into it about how you'd set up a bomb to, like, actually bomb it if you wanted to. And I think some guy got scared. I just don't understand why. I mean, it was just a very technical conversation.
Yeah, well, we'll be careful what we say on this show.
Oh, yeah,
we don't
sorry.
want this show
I
getting
didn't mean
bombed.
it. It was a joke.
So talk about, so you mentioned Bloodstock. That's obviously in England. That's the one of the
It's the best one.
the best one. And what was last year? Was Slayer and was that last year?
I'm not sure, but I mean, Adam Gregory and Vicky Gregory, they're brother and sister. They're both really delightful people. It's a family-run thing. Vicky really pulls it together. She's what women in this business should be like. Adam's really a complete sweetheart, and he's just very good at running things, and he has it together. I mean, they work really, really hard, and I respect what they
That's
do
awesome.
and admire it. There are times when I tried to get there, but I couldn't make it, but I have to put it down for next year for sure, because I just wanted to do more with my summer, and I didn't, because with acting, things come up and down, and it was a project that was in pre-production since last year. They just got the financing, so they need me on set, which is not such a bad place to be. But I mean, Bloodstock is one of the best festivals in England, and
Yeah, everyone
that's
says it's
worth
way
saving
better
for.
than Download. Download's got a little bit
yeah.
way too popular and commercialized, but
I'm
it was
spoiled.
cool when it was the old Castle Donington.
Yeah, Iron Maiden played there. Well,
Everyone
at
played
Bloodstock, they
Castle
had these
Donington, yeah.
amusement park rides. I did a nice write-up about them in Yahoo, and they had amusement park rides there. So I remember getting on one of the rides with a guy from Tiamat. We did a shot of Jaeger. then we got,
Norwegian band, right?
No, Norwegian,
Swedish,
Tiamat.
or-
They might be Swedish.
I think-
And
yeah.
we did a shot of Jaeger. Then I got him on one of those rides that goes around really fast. Then just sent him back to the bus after because it was their
I
bus
would have been
call.
puking. You wouldn't. That would have
I
been
haven't
ugly if
puked.
I was there. I do on the spinning ones. I can't do that. No way. So what about Wacken? You go to what are the German festival? Have you been to the Headbangers Open Air? I think that just happened.
I was
that
there
wasn't good.
once, and then I've been to a few other ones in Germany. Nothing too spectacular, but the scenery is beautiful. The truck stops are awesome because they have great showers and great Wiener Schnitzel. But I like Germany a lot. I just like Europe with the festivals and just in
Definitely.
general. Plus,
We're going into a break here.
Yay!
Jake, see, I like the way that happens. That's TV for you. We're going to be back with Jasmin St. Clair. Okay, what band is this here? One of your first concerts you saw. You gotta wait till the vocals kick in.
I gotta wait for the vocals.
This might take a while.
Sounds familiar. It's something I've been to lately. It's Black Sabbath.
There you go. All right. We'll be back with Jasmin St. Clair in 2 minutes here on Inside Metal TradioV.
What it do is your man Money B from Digital Underground asking everybody to check out the Going Way Back show, your home for classic hip hop, raw and uncut. Join me,
And me, DJ Always.
as well as Ty Teasy, bringing you the old school new news every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here.
On TradioV.
That's right, radio in TV.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Edie Don from The Real Talk Show. I want y'all to check me out every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Real life, real music, real sex, real everything. It's a real world. Check us out every Tuesday, The Real Talk Show, right here on TradioV, radio and TV.
out of the ocean and grew legs and they started walking. And the apes climbed down from the tree.
I'm Zoe Williams.
And I'm Dr. Mark Goulston.
I'm Jeff Brown.
And we make up the Zoe What Morning Show. You can find us here on TradioV.com every Monday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I make you think.
He makes you laugh, and if I get a chance, I'll help you change.
Or make you cry with his attempts at humor.
Radio in TV.
Can you relate? We'll make it happen.
Look at you. What you doing?
Were you mumbling to yourself?
Hey, back there mumbling.
To them. To them.
All right, inside. Well, are we ready there, Jake? Inside Metal Show on TradioV. I got the lovely Miss Jasmin St. as my guest today. How you doing, Jasmin?
How you doing? Yo, baby.
Yo, we're going to, you ready to take some callers? You want to take some callers?
Yeah, and if they're rude, just hang up on them, Jake.
Yeah, you hear that, Jake? Jake's the call screener extraordinaire, right, Jake? So let me give out the number for you all. And remember, if you're rude, Jake will not only hang up, he'll hunt you down and kick your ass. So be polite. 855-878-4652. Phone lines are open. And you could talk to Ms. Jasmin St. So we were talking about the European festivals and how they differ here from the festivals throughout the States. I'm sure you've been to a lot of them throughout the States. And
there's more order there.
Way better, yeah.
People are just nicer, and the wristbands are better.
Well, it's like a way of life
cool
there, too.
Yeah.
It's just like a total community. It's just...
we got a call.
Oh, we got a call.
Do
Is
we
that
have
what
a
Jake's...
name of the caller?
What's the name? No, we're just going to put them on. Let's put them on.
Or her.
Yeah, you never know. Caller, can you hear us?
Or it, like Caitlin. Yeah.
Oh wow. It could be Caitlin. You're on, caller. No? Yes.
Hello, caller, you're on.
Oh, there you go. You got
Hello?
Oh, here we go. You're on with
Hello?
Jasmin St. and Mr. Jake.
Yeah, hi.
Speak.
Hello?
Is that Mike?
You say hello one more time, we're going to cut you off.
Is that Mike Zinna? Nope. That's it.
No, it's not a... Hello?
Hello?
All right, cut him off.
Cut him off.
Maybe they can't hear.
Can they hear us? Can you hear us?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear us okay?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, what's your name?
Hey, it's Swine.
Who? Oh, it's you. It's James. It's the guy that was tweeting the radio show.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got to blame you and Jasmin for getting me on Twitter and ruining my life.
It's not
What
ruining
are you
your
talking
life.
about, man? We're trying to put the word out, man.
I know, but you got to realize I don't do social media very well, and now I got like 50 followers in one day because of you.
We'll get more.
But thank you, I appreciate it.
I'll have my stuff
I'm just
for
being
you.
I'm just being facetious here.
Thanks for calling, James.
Oh, it's a pleasure. You look really good, the two of you.
Well, thank you.
Sporting your black
you're talking to
T-shirts,
her.
I
Okay.
see.
Yes.
Yeah. So do you have a question
Hey,
for
listen,
Miss Jasmin?
I wanted to talk to you guys. We were talking earlier about festivals, okay?
Yes.
Why is it, in your opinion, and I also have an opinion too on this, why is it that the Europeans have the best festivals and the U.S. has these half-assed festivals? You know, I mean, I just was at Mayhem Fest. I know you were there, Jasmin, in L.A., right?
I was at the one in Philadelphia to see King Diamond.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know if you guys heard, this is going to be the last year for Mayhem Fest.
Interesting.
I heard. I know the promoter was kind of slagging it because he also does the Warped tour, and there was
Warped
a
is
big.
a joke.
It is, and there was a big thing. He was kind of slagging the metal crowd, and him and Carrie had a few words online about that. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't the bill was horrible this year. I mean, it was
King
great to
Diamond.
see King Diamond and Slayer, but
Well, no,
Slayer's so outplayed.
Yeah,
They've been
that's
playing
true. I mean,
everywhere.
The last two bands were great, but yeah,
But they didn't have a
before them,
second
I mean, I really
stage.
could have done without, to be honest. I mean, I hate to slag Hell Yeah,
Yeah.
but
I like Vinny,
But
but
what
I
I
mean,
was wondering is, I mean, I have my own idea on why we kind of get shafted, especially with the Metal Fest compared to Europe. And I think a lot of it has to do with, I think, heavy metal, more so than any type of music right now, is very political. And that's why I think there's not very much exposure as well, because corporate radio doesn't want those type of messages out there.
Yeah, well, I mean, in Europe, it's very welcome. Festivals are run way better there. It's more of a social thing there. I was explaining earlier that in Europe, you go to the festivals all summer long. That's what we do. And, you know, whoever you haven't seen all summer, you meet up with them at Inferno. They're friends I haven't seen from Inferno all year, but I'm going to see them at Midgårdsblot. And these festivals in Europe tend to have a longer lifespan. Like Bloodstock, I have a feeling is going to be around until, like, way past I'm dead. Same thing with Inferno. These are strong festivals. They know how to book things way better there. They're more organized, and they don't overdo it. I mean, Ozfest, the only good year they had is when In Flames played, Soilwork, Dimmu Borgir.
All the Swedish and Scandinavian bands.
All the, yeah, but I mean, other than that, it's too many bands right now with almost the same sound going out there touring. I
And
mean,
it's the same bands,
it's ridiculous.
the
It's the
same
same band. I
revolving,
saw you
yeah.
2 months ago. Why do I want to see you 2 months later? What's going to change? Are you going to, like, have plutonium or something on stage and throw it at us? Like, what changes within those 3 months? Bands are forced to tour more than usual. So even if you didn't see them on a festival, you might have seen them in a local show. You know, it'll be like Inferno next year has Exodus and Mayhem. Exodus is going to kick ass.
Wow.
I know that.
Yeah, that's a good bill right there. I don't know if you probably had heard that. I live in Illinois, okay? So Lollapalooza had just happened last weekend. And
They still do that?
Yeah,
it was
right?
amazing how much publicity all that got. And, I mean, I like a lot of different types of music besides metal. And looking at that lineup, there was only 3 bands I'd even want to see. That would have been McCartney, Metallica, and Gary Clark Jr. That's it. And it was funny because out here there's a station that promotes it. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it. WXRT, Chicago's Finest Rock.
Sure.
It's a really popular station, and they were like the sponsors for it or whatever. They never play Metallica, ever. And yet they tweeted the other day, they actually tweeted a bunch of pictures of Metallica at Lollapalooza, and yet they never play them. I even said to them, like, how about playing some sometime?
Well, it's the same thing
And
here. You
they're
got
owned by
KROQ.
CBS, I believe. That used to be a
it's a
great
joke.
station. I actually grew up 2 blocks away from there and met a few good rockers back in the day. Met Robert Plant there, actually, once. But yeah, I don't want to hog up all the phone lines. I appreciate you guys taking the time out to talk to me today.
Well, thank you. And thanks for getting me involved with Twitter.
Yeah, I'll keep following the show, and I'll keep plugging both you guys.
I appreciate
Thank
it.
you so much. It's really nice to meet you on the phone.
All right.
Love you guys to make it, Doc. And one more thing I got to say before I go.
Oh, yeah, Sock sends her regards. Okay.
All right. We'll get to take some more
So
callers.
Socks is my
in a bit.
stuffed cat that has a personality of her own.
Oh, okay. I was wondering about that. I
Yeah,
saw that
it's
on the,
it's an account I set up. Obviously, I control because there's no such thing as a stuffed cat like controlling a Twitter account, or maybe I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be great with Bloodstock, and I think Midgårdsblot, it's like a very different themed type of festival, so it could go one of 2 ways. Inferno Festival is always going to be there, and the promoters of that festival are extremely nice people.
Now, Inferno's in Norway, and the other one, I'm not going to even
It's
try
in
to say
Derby.
it.
Oh, Midgårdsblot. It's 2 hours outside of Oslo. 2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know they had many. I know Sweden Rock is a huge one.
Well,
out
it's
there
the
in
first year
Scandinavia.
for Midgårdsblot.
Oh,
I've been
okay.
to Sweden Rock before.
They got a great. Usually, it's I mean, the lineups are so diverse especially for Sweden Rock.
See, that's how people bond there. We
Sure.
go to shows. We don't have to go to
Well, the
a
Europeans will
nightclub.
go out, especially on the summers. They'll go out to shows. They live for the festivals. It's a way of life there. Here, it's for one. Here's the traveling festivals. You got the Ozfest or the Mayhem or the Monster
Ozfest,
Energy.
that's around still?
No, but except I guess Lollapalooza is just in Chicago now, right? Is that it?
I saw
didn't
that
even know.
twice.
That is Jake. So
The
he's,
first time I went, I was high on mescaline.
wow.
I was laughing like crazy. I forgot what the lineup was.
Fear
it
and
was
Loathing
Pearl
at
Jam.
Ozfest.
Yeah,
or
it was in
Lollapalooza.
Florida, and then the next day I went to Epcot on mescaline again, and we got kicked out because I was laughing so loud and insanely crazy. They kicked us out of a ride. I thought Figment, that big purple dragon, was coming to life.
Wow. Interesting. This is Lollapalooza.
No, but no, we went to Epcot the next day. I was tripping out on the same time. That was
Okay.
stupid. I was back in college then. You have to try these things at least once.
Very cool. Very cool. Do we have any other callers in? Okay, cool. So talk about some of the new releases. You know what I want to talk to you about to get your view, since you're living part-time in Norway. They're making a movie of Lords of Chaos.
I met the guy that was supposed to play Varg. He had no clue who Varg was, what Varg looked like.
Isn't that Rory
Or
Culkin?
Euronymous. No, Euronymous. This guy was supposed to play Euronymous. I'm pretty sure, and I'm not trying to say anything. I just think I'm not sure what team he was pitching on, but I know Euronymous would not like that. Then, secondly, the guy was he's like, well, who does this guy look like? What's the big deal about black metal? It's like, who the fuck, who the hell would put someone like that in a movie? He's like, it's probably not going to get made anyway. I think too many people have done it. I think once you bring the whole Hollywood aspect into it, it takes away from the underground. Like Napoleon Dynamite was an underground film, and look at how big that was.
Yeah.
They should just keep it to an underground type thing and do it like that, because you get people in this, and then an actor who had no clue who Euronymous was or what he looked like or anything. What is that?
Well, I don't know. I know there were a bunch of people.
Helvete.
Yeah, I know there were a bunch of people pitching it. There was like a Japanese person doing it, but now I know a good friend of mine, Jonas Auckland, who was amazing. Yeah. He was a Swedish. He was in Bathory, so he definitely knows the whole. Bathory, of course.
Would be good.
So from what I understand, he is taking it on, which I think is going to be brilliant. Because I don't know if you're familiar with. It looks like we're going to a break, huh?
Okay, yeah.
If you're familiar with Jonas's videos he's done in some of his movies, that guy's brilliant. So. Yeah, from what I understand, he is gonna be taking it on and doing it this month. So I know if Jonas is involved, it'll be true to the point.
They need to recast Euronymous, because that's just ridiculous. I'm sorry.
Well, there you go. We're gonna be back in 2 minutes. TradioV Inside Metal Show with Jasmin St. Clair.
Hey, hello, this is David Faustino, and you are watching TradioV. Do you see what I'm saying? It's television crossed with radio. It's all together. It's weird. Radio's in the middle of it. It's amazing. You're watching it. Go.
Love and marriage, love and marriage.
Andy D on TradioV. Bing, bang, bing, boom, right?
Yeah.
Andy D on TradioV. Bobbity, bibbity, bobbity, boo. Andy D on TradioV.
The Andy Dick Show, Wednesdays from 4 to 6 p.m. on TradioV.
Wow!
But we'll do it. We'll do it better when the show actually starts.
Yeah, no. Hey, I'm Dean Cain, and you are watching TradioV. I'm watching it too, right now. Seriously.
Hey, my fellow thoughters out there. I'm Charles Shaughnessy. Check out my new show, Here's a Thought with Charles Shaughnessy, August the 7th, 3 p.m. PST, right here on TradioV. Now, you know I have a lot to say, but I want to hear what you have to say. So tune in, grab your phones, call me, tweet me, email me in the studio, and let's get this conversation going. Here's a Thought, starting August the 7th, 3 p.m. PST, right here on TradioV. That's radio in TV.
Hi, I'm Sheriff John Bonnell. You're watching T-Radio. Radio and TV? What? Perfect. That was perfect. Why are you asking me to do this after 12 drinks?
Wait, make it up.
Yeah, she knows. All right. TradioV Inside Metal with the lovely Jasmin St. Clair.
So it'll be interesting to see if they actually do the movie. And, I think so many people have tried and haven't nailed it yet. Maybe it just shouldn't be made and leave it to have that mystery, that element of mystère to it,
Yeah.
And that's really...
I haven't actually read the whole book.
I've read the book, and there are a lot of discrepancies from people that I know who were, around and involved. That I saw the church that was burned, the Stavik church. It's beautiful.
Right.
They had to restore it. But Varg's quite an interesting character. I never got a chance to meet him. Was there a call or something?
Oh, there is.
Who is it? Well, could you ask him, Jake?
I think we should just have
Let's
Jasmin
just take
take over
the call.
show. Oh, if
No.
Jasmin says so, do it, Jake. Don't argue with her. Let's take that call.
I think it's Socks the cat.
Caller, you are on the line.
It's a stuffed cat calling. Hello?
Hello, caller.
Hello, caller. They're there. It's registered as being there. They're probably pooping or something.
Yes.
There he is.
Are they breathing?
Jasmin and Bob, how are you?
Hi, what's your name?
My name is Victor. Mr. Nalbandian knows me.
Ah,
from,
Victor
Hi.
Ruz. How are you? From Spain, calling from Spain. No wonder I'm getting that Skype computery voice.
How are you? ¿Cómo estás?
I'm doing well. How are the two of you?
Doing good. Doing good.
Is he really calling from Spain?
Yeah. He does a great podcast called Mars Attacks. Are you familiar with that? They do a lot of.
Y
lot of great
tú
stuff.
eres en España ahora.
There you go.
Está bien. So what
Yes,
can
I am.
So what can we do for you?
Is it too late to bring up theories on festivals, or have you guys already moved on?
No, actually, are there festivals in Spain? Because I've never been to a festival there. I've been to Hellfest in France, but not anything in Spain.
Come on, there's Resurrection Fest, which is growing immensely year by year. It's getting bigger and bigger. And similar to what you've already been saying, there's just a huge culture here for festivals once it starts to get warm, because there are bands that come in. Overkill's playing here this weekend. You have bands like Exodus that have been here, and Annihilator. And, I mean, people are just much more receptive to just seeing a festival regardless who's playing. A lot of these festivals are smaller. They have maybe one or two big headline acts, and then the rest is just local bands per se. But Resurrection Fest, the one that I just mentioned, was pretty much put together by a bunch of fans that weren't, corporate. It isn't a corporate-run festival, and you have people like Lamb of God and Motorhead that have headlined the festival over the last few years. What I think the problem is in the States personally is you have these big Live Nations, or you have these people that are running 15 different festivals, and they really don't care about the music or the fans. They're just looking to make money. So they don't survive. And similar to Lollapalooza, the festivals over here in Europe are just one and out. You have Bloodstock, as you guys are mentioning, or Hellfest. They're done over a few days, but there isn't a tour. Anytime that they've tried to do that, Sonosphere, it's failed.
Yeah. Have you been to Bloodstock before?
I actually have not.
You should check
but
it out.
They do have, obviously they have a lot of great lineups year after year, and I mean, it's something that I'd definitely love to go to. I'd love to go to Hellfest, which is actually relatively close to me as well.
Yeah, they had a great lineup.
Yeah, they had a good lineup this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited about next year's Inferno. I'm excited about Midgard's Blot, and I mean, I'll definitely go to Bloodstock next year. I'll probably hit up 2 festivals next year, or 3 hopefully. But going to Mayhem was good. I always wanted to see King Diamond again, and that's one of my favorite performers.
Well, King Diamond and Exodus are going to be touring together here.
Yeah, in November.
Yeah.
I'll be at that show for sure.
Yeah, that'll be cool. I think they're playing the Wiltern, I believe.
I don't say no to the King.
There you go. Never say no to the King. Well, Victor, you got anything else you want to add before Jake hangs up on you? Go ahead.
That's pretty much everything that I that I want to call up to discuss.
Well,
the
check
show's
out the
been great
new
so far, and I'll just hang out and watch the rest of it while you guys go ahead and talk.
Very cool. I was going to say,
Muchas
check
gracias.
out the new Mars Attacks podcast. And Victor and I talk about some classic albums, some Zeppelin, Anthrax, and a few other albums that we talk about. So that should be posted real soon, I believe. Right, Victor?
That will be part of the 6th anniversary commemoration in September. We have a lot of cool things in the works that hopefully the listeners that do check the podcast out, hopefully they will enjoy what I have in store for them.
I'll check it out. Are you on Twitter by any chance?
Yes, I am.
Oh, well, follow me. I'll follow you back and definitely retweet it and spread the love and check out your podcast for sure.
All right. See, I'm the only one that don't do Twitter.
Yeah, no problem. You have to have Twitter.
Well, thank you, Victor. Thanks for calling, man.
Take
I
care.
appreciate it.
I can't believe you didn't have Twitter. Like my stuffed cat has Twitter. My
I
stuffed
know.
toy cat has Twitter.
Well, your stuffed cat has more brains than I do. They know how to work social media. I don't. I'm completely ignorant to it. I opened up an account probably like 2 years ago. Well, we have a Twitter for the Inside Metal page.
Yeah, I saw that.
And the Shockwaves, which is my podcast that I've been doing. And my buddy Carl runs that, and he also runs the Inside Metal LA Facebook page. So I just stick to my personal Facebook page, and that's all I want to do. But now, of course, she's got me involved in Twitter, so more work for me.
It's
Thank
Twitter
you, Jasmine.
magic. No, it's good. I mean,
know.
I never thought that I'd be able to get a high profile on Twitter for a while, and it happened. Because I've just been out there doing my thing, and just it's a numbers. It's like you put yourself out there more with more stuff and rebranding. This is how things get built up, and I think I've been pretty good about rebranding myself in many different ways, and that's what it's all about. But I have a lot of thanks to Howard Stern for for putting me there on his show, and then of course to Paul Heyman from ECW for giving me my first chance at wrestling.
That's right. I'm going to talk to you about that before you leave. For one, Howard Stern. You were like the queen of Howard Stern.
Yeah, he said I was one of his highest rated guests.
I've heard that. Yeah.
He was great. I really liked him and Robin. They were a great team. Robin's great. I heard she has her own show now. I'm sure she's going to succeed with it.
Wow.
She's fabulous. Howard was just an awesome person back then. I haven't really heard much of the show now because I don't have Sirius, but I owe him a lot of thanks for helping me with my career. No matter what it was at that point, he put my name out there. And I think a lot of people forget where they came from and what people were instrumental in helping them. He's one, and like I said, Paul Heyman and ECW. Then with metal, Brian Pereira, who owns Cleopatra Records.
Yeah. Well, you were in the Hollywood Rocks. You did the
I did the interviews.
The interviews for Hollywood
That's
Rocks.
how I
was
started.
A cool movie.
He actually he has a P.O. box next to mine. He put me on an album cover.
Right.
And then he asked me about the Hollywood Rocks thing, and then he got me to host the Metal's Dark Side DVD zine. And then all the other opportunities came.
Cleopatra, okay.
Right. So that, or MVD. Then I was hosting the Metal Scene TV show. And I just did other things, and all of a sudden you had a slew of wannabes that took over after, because I'm just often imitated but never duplicated.
That is correct. Well, you've been doing it for a while, and the other thing you mentioned too is ECW. You were a pro wrestler. Yeah, look at this. He knows ECW.
You look like an ECW crowd type. I'm sorry.
I'm totally into wrestling. That's,
I could
that's
tell.
my deal. I watched all those things back then. You were actually were probably a bad inspiration for me in some way. Because the Blue Meanie was able to
look at he even knows
be around you, and I thought, well, that guy didn't have to get in shape. Then why do I have to get in shape?
Sweetie, that's called charity work. That was charity work, and my charities weren't thin.
Is that a phone call coming in?
No, when you're put into these programs working with someone, it's really a difficult thing. So I had no choice but to just deal with him because I was put into a program with him. It's called being professional. So it was just one of those.
Now you were fighting and
managing,
I
was kind of joking there.
I was what?
You were fighting and you were managing too, right? You were fighting for.
Yeah, I actually went to wrestling school on my own. I was trained by Sue Sexton, but ECW is the first place I ever worked, and Memphis
Show us your
Championship
guns.
Wrestling.
Look at those guns there. Look at that. They're bigger than mine. I'm ashamed here.
Please. It's okay.
A bit of TNA, a bit of
yes. I worked for TNA also, NWTNA. I worked for Jimmy Hart at XWF, but those are the only leagues I worked for.
What haven't you done, Jasmine, that you would like to do?
Let's see. Commit a felony? No, I'm joking. I've done that already. Moving right along. What haven't I done? Well, I don't know. I think I want to. I like skydiving. I don't know. I've done a lot of stuff. I think if I said what I wanted to do, we'd probably have a knock on the door from the CIA, so I won't go there right now.
All right. Yeah. Well, we'll leave it at that. Are we going into another break already?
We are.
God, this is going fast. This is going. I was scared I wouldn't have enough to talk to you about, but here we go. Here's a good Swedish band to lead off into the next break. And I'm sure she could probably tell me who this is.
Do you like Arch Enemy, by the way?
I do like some of their stuff, yeah.
Did you go to the last show? They're playing in Slaughter of the
Oh, really?
Summer Slaughter.
Oh, no, I'll have to. I saw them during the Gigantor. I toured a little bit. Went to a few of those shows.
Who were they with? And Slayer?
That was Megadeth,
yeah, I remember that.
Lamb of God, Arch Enemy, and Opeth. Opeth are going to be playing next month. We'll talk about the upcoming shows on this next segment. One last segment. You can hang out for this, right? Yeah. One last segment. Cool. She's going to tell me a lot of good stories coming up. She's going to tell you all a lot of good stories inside Metal T Radio V.
It's Politically Naughty with Mary Kay on TradioV.com. I don't feel like it would be as big of a deal these days if I,
You'd be surprised. The most powerful weapon in the world is
This is a no-holds-barred conversation.
So anyway, everybody started drinking my bathwater. I loved it.
That is amazing.
Kitten, you need a movie about your life. If
Maybe-
Mary Carey was governor, we wouldn't be having these problems in America.
Exactly. I know.
Get politically naughty with Mary Carey. Mondays at 4 p.m. on TradioV.
I'm Laura Samoza,
I'm Sterling Gardner.
and we are Between the Sheets every Monday here, 3 p.m. TradioV.com.
TradioV.
That's right, it's TradioV, radio in TV. What is that face?
He wants to see our hands.
That's radio in TV. Wah, 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 wah.
We're not a couple.
Radio V.
And it's Mary Carey, of course, Politically Naughty with Mary Carey.
I'm always naughty. I'm always politically. My behavior is always politically
naughty.
I'm never politically correct.
Dr.
Dr.
Drew.
Drew, hi. Oh, I'm so.
Hey guys, how are you?
It's all teary-eyed, Doctor.
I know. She wished she could live at rehab.
But only if Dr. Drew's there. Obviously,
Sure.
if someone like, there's a little too groping might be inappropriate. But I like the flirting and stuff.
When I walked in,
don't know.
you shoved my head in your.
No! Are you gonna sue me?
Get politically naughty with Mary Carey. Mondays at 4 p.m. on TradioV.
Hi, this is Casey Abrams from American Idol, and you are watching T Radio V. That was too corny. I don't.
I loved it.
Cool mullet.
I know. You can play with the mullet.
I love my mullet. Oh, are we back on, Jake? Oh, look, we're talking mullets here.
But
I was
think
just telling
giving a kid
Jasmine
is
that I
mullet.
used to sport a damn cool mullet back in the day.
But if you get your kid a mullet, is that child abuse?
Come on, I look good in a mullet, didn't I? You saw the picture.
Yeah, you did.
See,
It was
there
an
you
exotic
go.
mullet.
Well, there you go. Jasmine says I look good in a mullet. I might have. I don't know if I could grow a skullet. That's not
Probably
true.
grow a skull, but that's kind of gross.
Yeah, I would have to agree there. So we're back. We're a final segment here.
Yes.
I want to talk to you about. Yesterday was the last day of the House of Blues.
What?
They had Steel Panther play. I was going to go, and I thought it was going to be some big event.
Oh.
And it's just Steel Panther
Oh,
there,
big deal.
Jake.
I
There
was in one of
nobody-
their videos, actually.
Oh, really?
I was in the Fat Chick video.
Oh, really? I didn't see that.
Yeah, I was in that one. It was funny.
Yeah, I went on Friday night to the last comedy show at the House of Blues up in the Foundation Room. And it's going to be sad to see that place gone. I mean, there's been so many amazing shows and stuff that have come through there that I just went through. I didn't even pay attention to the show. I just thought about all the crazy times I've had there.
See, Anthrax played Wednesday,
Yes.
too. There, and were you at that show?
I didn't go there, but I
Yeah.
will say it's really sad because like Key Club was another good place
Totally.
for metal shows.
There's
now what is
nothing
it?
left,
It's a club.
yeah.
It's not a big deal, but it's a shame. Now we don't have the Key Club. We don't have the House of Blues. Where do bands go to play if you need to have that happy medium? Because some of the bands that have played Key Club will try the whiskey, but then it's oversold and you can't add an extra day onto the tour.
Yeah. And Universal Amphitheater's been gone for quite a
Yeah.
while, so there's nothing left in Hollywood. I guess that's why bands are playing the Wiltshire and the Orpheum. Like I said, Opeth is going to be playing.
Oh, okay, yes,
there
that I'll
next
go
month.
to.
So I was
absolutely.
there a couple nights ago. They did like a metal ballet thing called Harder Storm. It
Oh,
was,
did they?
Yeah, it was actually pretty cool.
Oh.
Derek Sherinian, Doug Aldridge, Tony Franklin. We had them on the show last week show.
Cool.
And it was cool. They did kind of like I mean, not really metal. It was just kind of a hard rock jam thing to a ballet. But Orpheum's a cool place. So I don't know if that's a caller coming in or not.
I don't know.
or
He looks
Jake's-
real slow. Who is it?
I don't know if we have time to take
Who
any
is
more
it?
callers. Come on,
Yeah,
tell
the
us,
person
Jake.
wouldn't tell me their name, but they wanted to talk nasty and bad. So I'm like, no, you don't get to.
You can tell him he can talk nasty and bad to you. Say, hi, I'm Caitlin.
Sure. Oh, that's terrible. But
you should have put him on, Jake.
It wasn't me they wanted to
Was
talk
it a
nasty
guy
and
or a
bad
girl?
to. Oh, if it was a girl, I'd still be on the line. But no, it was a guy. So
What did he say?
That he wanted to. He wanted to talk about
Go
bad
ahead, talk,
things.
Jake.
Oh.
He wanted to talk about like.
Well, yeah, I hope his thing falls off.
Yeah, sure.
Assuming he has one.
You could say dick on this show.
Yeah, I hope his dick falls off.
There you go. You hear that, caller?
Assuming you even have one.
Ooh, wow, I like that. Jasmine just put a curse on you. So, last segment here. Where else is there? What are the? Well, we do have some good shows coming up.
King Diamond. That's not till November.
King Diamond, the motorboat. Are you going to do that?
Oh God, no.
Talk about. Have you done that? I was to say you'd be
I'm
the
not
only
go
female.
on a boat with a bunch of these freaking. No.
You'll be like one of two girls on that boat.
Yeah, I think that you run a
It'll be
different
you and
risk
Pearl
than
a
most
day.
people do on a show on a thing
And
like
the singer
that.
for Huntress.
I think you run a different risk than most fans do. On
I
a
would
thing like
end up
that.
throwing someone off the boat. Then you'd be
Probably.
reading about me in the news. Is that what you want?
Kind
of.
Kind of. I mean, if I'm not your
Hey,
publicist,
that was Jake
so
that
yes.
said that.
I have the best looking mugshots, please.
I'm sure.
I don't
that's
need
true.
to update
Are they
that.
as good as my mullet shots?
No.
No. See, there you go.
But I just, when you get on a boat like that, you have drunken people around you. You may not
Put it this way,
necessarily want to
I
deal
wouldn't
with
even
that.
go on that boat. I'm
What if you
scared
got
to go on
free
those
tickets?
boats.
You would go.
Yeah,
You would.
yeah, free tickets and a flight over to Florida, or is that where it takes off
Yeah,
from
it's in
Florida?
Florida.
Yeah, then I would go.
I
But
wouldn't go then, still.
Really? Well, yeah.
Can I ask a pretty basic question? Like, what got you involved in metal in the first place?
I grew up listening to that.
Was it like an older brother? Was it
No.
somebody? It was just that's what was there.
I liked it, and also my babysitter took me to see Black Sabbath.
Talk about that. Your first one?
With Mob Rules, but I always liked metal.
Wow, you must have been a little kid.
I was a little kid. I snuck out. I still have my jersey, and then my mom wanted to know where I got it from.
Wow.
I snuck out. I used to
impressive.
sneak out to shows, and I'd sneak up on the fire escape. Then one night, the neighbors called the police.
Have you ever had like a passion for a different type of music, or do you ever find
I
yourself
like
sitting
everything,
back
but I
and-
like metal.
Jake, she's a metalhead, damn it, all right? Leave it at that.
But some metalheads also like.
I have
you
like
know,
that Guido type of music that was in Saturday Night Fever in my headset. So yeah.
Jake's got a sore spot for Frankie Goes to Hollywood and all that
Oh,
kind of
that's
stuff
cool.
that he wants.
So what are your thoughts on Caitlyn now? No.
All right, so final. Well, let's say what do you want to talk about in this final set?
Well,
here? You
I
got
want
a lot
everyone.
of stuff to promote, right?
Yes, Angel of Reckoning movie comes out really soon.
Now, what is that?
That's
Is that a
an
David
action
Sterling
drama.
production?
No, I don't work for Dave. Who's David Sterling?
Oh, didn't you do one of his movies? He's
Oh, Grand Auto Theft,
Yes.
whatever. Yeah, no, this was done by a really talented guy named Len Kabinski for Killer World Films. I was in his first movie. Then he's done several. One of his movies was actually on Hulu. It had like a pretty good spot, like #1 for quite a few months. So other movies of his end up on Amazon and stuff. And that just seems like the new wave is people put things online. So his distributor is very happy with what he's done. So this will go up soon, and then there'll be DVDs. And obviously, I go to the conventions to promote those, which I love doing. But if you want to keep up with me, it's twitter.com/Jasmin St. Clair. No E at the end of Jasmine, E at the end of Claire. My website is official JasminSt.Clair.com. And then obviously Instagram, The Real Jasmin St. Clair. And then I'm on Facebook. And really, then my blog, JasminSt.Clair.blogspot.com. I'm finishing up my recent blog, though, on how to get a hot metal chick if you're a non-metalhead. I know a lot of metalheads are going to get mad, so.
Wait, what was that again? You're gonna...
Like if you're a guy and you're trying to hook up with a hot metal babe, but you're not a metalhead.
Oh, interesting.
That does happen,
Yeah. Have you gone out with non-metalheads?
I plead the fifth.
Oh, come on, tell us.
They turn
Miss
into
Jasmine.
metalheads eventually because of me.
See, that's when I date girls, I make them become metalheads. I have a rule. They could play whatever they have in my car. If they drive in my car, it's got to be metal. Whether they
Well,
like it or
yeah,
not.
and then they have, it's interesting. It's fun. But yeah, I mean, I have the movie coming up, then I have a few other things I'm working on. And then I'm going to go to Europe for a couple of weeks and then come back. And then I have a pilot that I'm working on, and we just shot a teaser for a show. So that I'm not allowed to talk about.
Are you going to go to the Cat House event too? We were talking about Ricky
When is
Rackman
it?
earlier. That's August 15th. That's in a
I
couple
won't
weeks.
be here.
Oh,
Or
you're
maybe
leaving
I
that
might. I
early.
don't know. It depends because I'm crazy. I go into all these little spiral
You travel
things.
all over the place,
Yeah.
don't you?
If I am here, I will go. Yes.
Yeah, the lineup for that show is incredible. Bob,
Yeah.
again, who was on that?
Oh, you're putting me on the spot.
Yeah.
We have, well, of course, Ricky Rackman's hosting, and I believe Extreme and Dawkins and
Dawkins.
Sebastian Bach are kind of the headliners. Gilby Clark, he's got like a big all-star jam. If you want to go back a couple episodes, we did a big interview with them. Little Caesar, they're on it. Gilby Clark, Black and Blue, L.A. Guns, and then Tracy Gunn's thing.
Yeah, Cinderella, Trickster, Black and Blue, Autograph, Junkyard,
right.
Saigon Kick.
Autograph.
Turn up the
it's
radio.
not Cinderella. It's actually Tom Kiefer, I think.
Yeah,
but all those bands. Yeah.
I'll watch
Who
them,
else?
though.
You got the whole bill there?
Faster Pussycat, Dangerous Toys, Bullet Boys, Swamp Hammer, Stephen Percy of Rat, Gilby Clark, Tracy Guns, Enough's Enough, Jet Boy, Bang Tango.
Oh, Bang Tango.
The Aviators, Tough Little Caesar, and Pretty Boy Floyd.
Well, it's too much. I don't know. If I'm here, I'll go, but I'll go by to see Ricky, of course.
Oh, very cool.
He's a talent. Thank you for having me here.
Oh, absolutely. How much time we got left, all right?
Because I got to bounce.
Technically, we're 21 seconds over.
Okay, well, all right.
Well, she's got to bounce. She's got to head back to the...
to my neighborhood.
Yes, sir. We'll just say her neighborhood.
Her hood.
On the west side, the hood
West
of
side.
Jasmin St. Clair. All right, well, there you go. A little Jaguar to end off today's segment. Thanks to all the callers calling in. Check out Jasmin St. Clair. She'll be at, you never know where she'll be at, but she'll be at a metal show coming to you soon. That's guaranteed. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
You are watching TradioV, Radio and TV.